Good day, everyone. I'm Trisha Janice Rosario, and I am going to report some of the topic about literacy training program. But before we begin, let me show you first the table of content of my report. 5 distinguishing elements of the learners. The learning environment. Determining and formulating goals. 5 to 7 lang po yung ire-report ko kasi may ibang magre-report po ng 1 to 6. So let's start. 5 distinguishing elements of the learners. Number 1 is ability. The student's native ability dictates the prospect of success in any purposeful activity. This determines the capacity of a student. Ito yung magpapakita kung saan capable ang isang student, kung saan ba siya magaling, or kung saan siya nag-excel. Kung talented, matalino, or skillful ang isang student. Number 2 is aptitude. The student's innate talent or gift indicate a natural capacity to learn a certain skill. Dito makikita yung natural na skill ng student. Dito din mapapatunayan kung likas na magaling ang student sa ginagawa niya na kahit walang magturo or mag-guide sa kanya, kaya niya nang intindihin or matuto sa sarili niya. Number 3 is interest. Learners vary in activity that they do depending on their interest. Robust students hobbies that are fascinating. So, syempre, para maging magaling ka sa ginagawa mo, kailangan interesado ka or mahal mo yung ginagawa mo. Hindi yung napilitan or dahil wala ka lang choice kaya mo ginagawa ang isang bagay. Kailangan maging passionate ka sa mga ginagawa mo para ma-enjoy mo. Number 4 is family and cultural. Students with different socioeconomic background manifest a wide range of behavior due to differences in their upbringing. Socioeconomic has 3 dimensions: family income, parents' education level, and parents' occupational prestige. Kadalasan ng biktima dito ay ang mga pamilyang nasa pinakamahirap na antas ng pamumuhay. And number 5 is attitude. An individual's perspective and disposition, a student has a unique way of thinking and reacting. One could react differently depending on his or her personal characteristics. Ang positive attitude ay maximize yung talent or skill mo to the highest potential. And magagamit mo ng tama at maayos ang talent kung meron kang positive attitude. While kung negative naman ang attitude mo, mawawala yung opportunity mo na matuto at mahasa ang skills mo. Here are some examples of positive attitude. Curiosity. Students that are eager to learn or curious to know more about the event with endless questioning to get the right information. Dito kasi mabubuksan ng isip ng isang estudyante para sa mga bagong kaalaman. And dito din nila may explore ang mga bagong ideas at kung paano gagawin ng tama ang mga bagay. Responsibility. The students are showing duties and obligations and are voluntarily accountable to their completion despite personal constraints. This is one way for you to be successful in life. Dahil dito, mahahasa kung gaano ka ka-committed or ka-dedicated sa ginagawa mo. Creativity. Students with creative minds are capable of generating their own ideas of doing things. Learning is achieved through their own inventions and novel location. This producing new and improved products. Ito naman yung tinatawag nila na stepping outside of the box. Importante creative ka kasi yung mga bagay na hindi mo pa nagagawa, magagawa mo at makakapag-create ka ng mga bagong ideas. And persistent. Persistent students sustain interest in a learning activity, not mindful of the extra time and effort being spent. Dito naman, you have to continue what you have started. Huwag kang susuko kahit anong problema and mag-focus ka lang sa mga goals mo. The learning environment. Learning environment is the place for teaching and learning can take place in the most effective and productive manner. So sa learning environment, ito ang lugar kung saan natututo ang estudyante, and sa lugar na ito, dapat maramdaman ng mga estudyante na welcome sila, suportado at nire-respeto para mag-enjoy silang mag-aral. This includes the classroom sectional features in the classroom, climate needed in planning and implementing all learning activities. Dito kailangan mong i-consider ang nararamdaman ng mga student kapag nasa loob sila ng learning environment nila or classroom para maging komportable at maganda ang mood nila habang nag-aaral. Episode Attentive Learning Environment described in 1990 by Pine and Excited in Corpus and Salandanan 2003. Encourages people to be active. Kailangan supportive ang mga tao sa paligid at dapat positive lang lagi ang pinapakita sa mga student. Promotes and delay and facilitates the individual's discovery of the personal meaning of an idea. Bigyan ng oras sa mga estudyante para maintindihan ang meaning ng idea and para malaman nila na gumawa ng idea or kung paano gumawa ng idea sa pagiging creative nila. Emphasize the uniquely personal and subjective nature of the learning. Dito, ipapakita na hindi lahat ay pare-pareho. Kailangan maintindihan nila na meron silang kanya-kanyang bagay na kayang gawin. Kailangan malaman nila na meron talagang magkakaiba ng gusto, opinion at nararamdaman. Recognize people's right to make mistakes. Kailangan matuto sila na hindi lahat ng bagay na gagawin nila dapat ay tama. Minsan, kailangan nila magkamali nang sa ganon, sa susunod, tama na ang gagawin nila at hindi na sila magkakamali. Tolerates ambiguity. Being open to more than one interpretation. Maging open-minded kasi minsan, maling interpretation pala ang naintindihan mo. And imbes na positive ang meaning, nagiging negative dahil hindi naging open-minded. Fosters openness of self rather than concealment of self with emphasis on self-evaluation. Kailangan maging willing kang matuto para sa sarili mo kaysa pag-usapan ng ibang tao. Mag-focus ka kung paano mo mai-improve ang sarili mo. Refers to a place where people feel they are respected and accepted. Tulad ng sabi ko, mahalaga ng nararamdaman ng tao na tanggap at nire-respeto siya para maramdaman niya na safe at mapagkakatiwalaan niya ang mga tao sa paligid niya. Permits confrontation. Mahalaga ito para hindi magkasamaan ng loob at mapag-usapan ng maayos kung ano ang problema or kung may problema ba. Determining and formulating goals. 5. Lesson objectives must align with the aims of education as embodied in the Philippine Constitution and other laws, and on division mission statements of the educational institution. This means that the aims and goals of education as provided for in our laws filter down to our lesson objectives. We can contribute very much to the realization of our school vision mission statements. Kasi yung objective ng lesson are based on our school's vision mission statements. Aim of the development of critical and creative thinking. This is said more than done. If we want to contribute to the development of the students who are critical and creative thinkers, then we should include in our scope of questions high-level, divergent, or open-ended questions. 7 is for Accountability of learning. Lesson objectives must be SMART. When the lesson objective is SMART, it is quite easy to find out the end of the lesson, if na-attained ba yung objective or hindi. What is SMART? S stands for specific. Kailangan klaro lahat at malinaw ang gagawin. M stands for measurable. Kailangan may goal ka at tansyado mo lahat ng gagawin mo. A stands for attainable. Kailangan realistic or maabot mo yung mga goal na gusto mo. R stands for result-oriented and relevant. Dapat kahit na maraming pagsubok, in the end, isipin mo lang yung magiging resulta ng pinaghirapan mo. T stands for time-bound and terminal. Kailangan ma-achieve mo ang isang task or goal sa loob lang ng oras. Na sinet mo, kailangan mo ng time management. So that's all. Thank you for listening to my report. I really appreciate that you took time to listen to my presentation. God bless.